Stroke is the #1 cause of disability in our community. And if you've known anyone who's had one, or indeed had one yourself, you'll realise just how devastating they are. One moment, everything's normal. The next, you struggle with even the simplest things. Well, tonight, we look at new technologies that are helping people who have suffered stroke recover faster. A stroke robbed Herb Brooks of his dancing shoes in one cruel blow. 1 minute, the 64-year-old was king of the dance floor, and the next, he was in hospital, partially paralysed down his right side. Herbie Jr. will never forget the day he saw his father in hospital.
Really, to me, I just realized I thought I lost my best friend. You know, it's quite devastating for me. Being the oldest son, I just realized, you know, wow, this is a person that's known me longer than anyone other than my mother. And it was devastating. I gotta say, I was really like, I thought that I never would have my dad back.
Stroke is the 3rd biggest killer in the United States, and in Australia, someone has a stroke every 11 minutes. A stroke occurs when there's an interruption of blood to the brain. The most common cause is a blood clot in the artery, and the other is a rupture or bleeding. Deprived of oxygen, brain cells die very quickly, and so do the functions in the body they control, such as the senses, motor activity and speech. In severe strokes, if a patient doesn't die, they're left with a permanent disability. In less severe cases, patients can recover, but the process is often very slow.
Father in heaven, we're so thankful for this food which we're about to receive for the nourishment.
Stroke inflicts different problems depending on which side of the brain is affected. In Herb's case, his left hemisphere was attacked, so he was left barely able to speak with a useless right arm, a common legacy of stroke. Atlanta's Georgia Institute of Technology has developed a machine that can help stroke victims. It's called the Hand Mentor and retrains the body and the mind. OK, I'm going to take this hand out for a test drive. Now, it's telling me to lift my hand up. So if I'd had a stroke, I'd probably only be able to lift it up to, say, there. And then I'd stop. And then, yeah, the hand's actually kicking in. It's lifting my hand up by itself. And while it's doing that, it's actually retraining my brain to move my hand up by itself. Yeah, that's clever.
How are you doing this morning?
And you?
I'm all right.
Great.
Let's take a look at that hand. How does your arm and hand feel this morning?
Pretty stiff.
It's pretty stiff. Here.
Herb is part of a 2-year trial group using the Hand Mentor. It's like a smart robotic physiotherapist, and it's helping him regain the use of his right arm.
I guess it's aligned with your wrist, like that.
Because strokes can block messages from the brain to move our muscles, it's important for recovery to increase movement. This trains the brain as well as the muscles, in effect, rewiring different neurons to look after the muscle movements that were impaired by the stroke.
The machine will pretty much ask you to relax your hand. It will lift your hand a little bit while beeping, and then we'll see the lights there. We'll try to control those lights by relaxing your hand and then by actively moving. Okay? So let's get started.
The aim of the Hand Mentor is to increase Herb's limited range of movement. It measures how far he can extend his hand and how much resistance his hand gives, then helps him push a little bit further.
Great. Yes, very good. Oh, 37. Can you hold that angle there?
We'll try it.
All right.
A major advantage of the Hand Mentor is reduced medical bills. There's much less face-to-face time with physiotherapists, and it's the high cost of therapy that often forces patients to stop rehabilitation.
Okay, so, all right, so the cycle is complete now. Let's remove it just for you to feel your hand a little bit and tell me how it feels. Just like this. Good, can you?
Oh, yeah.
Open up your fingers, spread your fingers for me. How does it feel?
Oh, it's just much easier.
Does it feel easier? Good, good.
It loosens up after the first few sessions that I go through.
It's like a jump start.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Herb's high blood pressure contributed to his stroke, and his mistake, and it's a common male response, was to ignore the warning signs.
So you're just a typical bloke?
Oh
kept
yeah,
pushing it
oh
along.
yeah,
did
oh
you?
yes, oh yes. I pushed right on until I couldn't push anymore, you know, and that's what got me into the fix that I'm in now, you know.
Now, thanks to Hand Mentor, Herb's got his eye on that dance floor again.
I've got a chance again to take in the same things with a different outlook, different thoughts.
Fantastic
And actually, now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to live 64 years of life.